Why would engineers build parts of ships and submarines from a metal most people have never even heard of? When a vessel spends years surrounded by salt water, ordinary steel slowly begins to rust, weaken, and eventually fail. That's been a problem for shipbuilders for as long as humans have sailed the oceans. Yet certain critical components, valves, propeller shafts, pumps, can operate for decades without corroding away. The secret often lies in a material called Monel. It's not a pure metal like iron or copper, but a carefully engineered alloy that quietly survives environments where most metals would quickly degrade. You'll find it deep inside submarines, chemical plants, and industrial equipment exposed to harsh conditions every single day. But what exactly is Monel made from? How do metallurgists manufacture it? And why do engineers sometimes choose it over steel for marine equipment? To understand why this works the way it does, we have to start at the beginning. The story of Monel begins with a simple challenge that engineers faced for centuries: corrosion. Salt water is incredibly destructive to metals. When steel is exposed to the ocean for long periods, oxygen and salt accelerate a chemical reaction that slowly converts iron into rust. Over time, that rust flakes away, weakening the structure of the metal. For ships, offshore platforms, and underwater equipment, this isn't just an inconvenience. It's a serious engineering problem. Imagine a ship operating at sea for years. Pumps move seawater through cooling systems, valves control pressure, and shafts transfer power through mechanical components. If any of those parts corrode and fail, the consequences can be expensive or even dangerous. Engineers needed a material that could resist saltwater corrosion while still remaining strong, workable, and reliable. That search eventually led to a remarkable alloy known as Monel. Monel is not a pure metal. Instead, it's a nickel-based alloy primarily made from nickel and copper. The most common version, called Monel 400, contains roughly 2/3 nickel and about 1/3 copper. Small amounts of other elements, such as iron, manganese, and carbon, are added in tiny proportions to fine-tune the alloy's properties. This combination turns out to be unusually powerful. Nickel provides excellent resistance to corrosion, especially in harsh chemical environments. Copper contributes additional resistance to seawater and improves the alloy's workability. Together, these metals create a material that resists rust, maintains strength under stress, and can still be shaped and manufactured into useful components. But understanding why Monel works is only part of the story. The real question is how this alloy is actually made. The process begins far away from any factory, deep in the earth where nickel and copper ores are mined. Nickel typically comes from deposits known as laterite or sulfide ores. These deposits are extracted through large-scale mining operations where the raw rock containing nickel minerals is brought to the surface. Once mined, the ore goes through crushing, grinding, and chemical processing to separate the valuable metals from the surrounding rock. Through refining steps, such as smelting and electrolysis, the nickel eventually emerges in a relatively pure form, often as metal plates called cathodes. Copper follows a similar journey. Copper ore is mined from large deposits around the world, crushed and processed until pure copper metal is produced. By the time both metals reach the alloy manufacturing stage, they are already highly refined. Now, the real metallurgical work begins. The refined nickel and copper are carefully measured and loaded into a high-temperature furnace. In modern facilities, this is usually an electric arc furnace or an induction furnace, both capable of reaching temperatures well above 1400 degrees Celsius. At these temperatures, the metals melt completely and combine into a uniform liquid alloy. Metallurgists monitor the composition very carefully during this stage. Even small variations in the percentage of each element can affect the final properties of the alloy. This is also the stage where the smaller alloying elements are introduced. Small amounts of iron, manganese, or carbon are added to adjust strength, toughness, and manufacturing behavior. Specialized instruments can analyze the molten metal in real time to confirm that the composition matches the precise recipe required for Monel. Once the alloy reaches the correct composition, the liquid metal is poured into molds. This step is known as casting. The molds shape the metal into large solid forms, such as ingots, billets, or slabs. As the metal cools and solidifies, the internal structure of the alloy begins to form. Controlling this cooling process is important because uneven cooling can introduce stresses or microscopic defects. After solidification, the cast metal still isn't ready for use. At this stage, it's strong, but rough and bulky. To transform it into usable material, it must go through several shaping processes. This next stage is known as hot working. The cast blocks of Monel are reheated until the metal becomes more pliable. Then powerful industrial machines begin shaping it through rolling, forging, or extrusion. Rolling mills can flatten large slabs into sheets or coils. Forging presses can compress the metal into bars or custom parts. Extrusion can push the alloy through shaped openings to create tubes and pipes. This stage highlights one of Monel's unusual advantages. Despite being strong and corrosion-resistant, it also has good ductility. That means it can be shaped under pressure without cracking, making it suitable for a wide variety of industrial forms. After shaping, the metal often undergoes a heat treatment process called annealing. Annealing gently heats and cools the alloy to relieve internal stresses created during forming. This improves the metal's mechanical properties and ensures it performs reliably during service. Once the basic shape and structure are complete, the material enters the finishing stage. Surface treatments, such as pickling or polishing, remove scale and impurities from the metal's surface. For components destined for demanding environments, additional inspections may be performed. Non-destructive testing methods, such as ultrasonic scanning or X-ray imaging, can detect hidden defects inside the metal without damaging the component. At this point, Monel can be fabricated into finished parts. Pipes, valves, fasteners, heat exchanger components, and marine hardware can all be manufactured from the alloy. Because it is weldable, skilled technicians can join pieces together using techniques such as gas, tungsten, arc welding. Once the finished components pass inspection, they are ready to be installed in real systems. This is where Monel's unique properties become most valuable. In marine environments, saltwater constantly attacks metal surfaces. Steel forms rust, which slowly weakens structures over time. Monel, however, resists this corrosion extremely well. The nickel-copper composition forms a protective surface that prevents rapid chemical degradation. This makes Monel particularly useful in shipbuilding and marine engineering. Components such as propeller shafts, seawater pumps, valves, and desalination equipment can operate for years while exposed to seawater. The alloy is also valuable in chemical processing industries, where equipment must handle acidic or corrosive fluids. In aerospace, its strength and durability make it useful for certain specialized components. Because the alloy is relatively expensive compared to steel, engineers typically reserve it for situations where failure would be unacceptable. When reliability matters more than cost, Monel becomes an attractive option. And that's what makes this alloy so fascinating. It's not the most famous metal in the world, and most people will never notice it. Yet it quietly supports systems that operate in some of the harshest environments humans work in. From the depths of the ocean to the inside of chemical plants, Monel continues doing what it was designed to do more than a century ago: resisting corrosion, maintaining strength, and surviving where ordinary metals cannot. Next time you see a ship cutting through the ocean, or hear about machinery operating in harsh industrial conditions, there's a good chance a piece of Monel is somewhere inside, doing its job without attracting much attention. And that quiet reliability is exactly why engineers continue to rely on it today. Thanks for watching. If you have a topic you'd like explored in a future video, feel free to share it in the comments. And if you enjoy calm, in-depth explorations of science, engineering, and everyday technologies, consider subscribing for more stories behind the materials that shape our world.